Everybody hear me out there?
Yep.
Okay. This session is for all you prospective mine operators out there that want to know how difficult and how much red tape you've got to cut through to get permitted by San Juan County. Well, I can tell you that San Juan County is extremely supportive of the mining industry and extremely protective of our mining heritage, and that's reflected in our land use regulations. Basically, our mountain zoning district, which is essentially all of San Juan County with the exception of the south end of the county, the only use by right in that district is mining and milling. Everything else is a use subject to review, which means if you want to build a cabin on a mine claim, you have to fill out an application, you go to Planning Commission for review, and then you go to the county commissioners for approval or denial. If you want to start a mining operation, you fill out essentially a one-page application. It's reviewed by staff, and if you meet all the requirements, you get signed off on and you're ready to go. So basically, we know all the red tape is in the state and the federal levels, and if you get past those hurdles, we're going to not throw anything in your way at a local level. I did mention also that we are protective of our mining heritage, and again, that is reflected in our regulations. Whether you're doing a mining operation or again getting a permit for a cabin, one of the reviews that we look at is any impact on historic sites or structures on that property. And so we are concerned that we preserve everything that's out there. And this is also, and Bev touched on it this morning on her presentation, with the reclamation work. You know, when reclamation first started, historic preservation and reclamation were two different things. You know, you went out and if you had to remove a tailings pond or, you know, and there was a structure in the way, you know, that's what a bulldozer was for. That's not the case anymore. You know, that's just part of the process. When you start considering reclamation work, it's how can you preserve that mine dump, how can you preserve that structure, how can you work around it to accomplish what you need to without eliminating that presence of our mining heritage. And so, you know, I think we've come a long ways along those lines, and probably the latest example was the Silver Ledge project, which, you know, I mean, as it was presented, there was never a question. It would have been a whole lot easier to go in there, you know, remove the structure that's in the middle of the process and take out the tailings pile that's sitting there in the creek. But it was like, how do we work around this and preserve it? And that was, you know, that was the first step as opposed to fighting to get that. So I think that we've been real successful, and you know, basically our land use regulations are short and sweet as far as they pertain to mining, and so is my presentation. So this will allow us to get back on track.